Everybody. I want to introduce you to the JavaScript filter function and hopefully explain to you why you might want to use it and encourage you to use it. I think once you try it out and incorporate this new technique in your coding, you'll never go back. It's very, very useful. I'm starting off with an array of objects. Let's just say you're a swim team coach and you have 3 swimmers. One of them is Johnny, he's age 15. The second one's Felix, he's age 10. And then Alex is 12. Now, maybe you need to divide your team into a junior and senior team based off of age. So if you didn't have the filter function, you might want to loop on it and build a second array. Your second array would be junior team, and you could do a for each, or you could do a for I. Lots of different ways of doing it, but the main point is it's still a loop. You would need a loop on it, and then inside the loop you would have an if statement. You would ask whether that object age is less than 15, let's say. If it is, then they're on the junior team. If they're older than that, then they would be on the senior team. But we'll just say we're focusing on building the junior team, and we're using the push function. So if you were to do that, it would work. I want to show you the deconstructor function. You could put a ... since this is an array. And it's a little bit easier. You can see the elements of the array. It deconstructs the array, and you can see the elements. So it's a lot easier. There's nothing wrong with using the for each. It's fine. But you could do it a lot quicker and easier. You could do all of this in one line. And when you're trying to debug your code, you want to be able to follow your logic very quickly and very easily. So you want to reduce verbosity. So you have all these different lines here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actual lines. How would we do that? You could do that actually in one single line. And that's the beauty of the filter function. Let's take a look at how that would work. Now I will comment this out. I'll set it equal to, I want to build the new junior team. And I'll set that equal to swimmers, filter. Now inside here, we will define a function. It could be an anonymous function, so that's what I'm going to do here. So I'll say EL for element. And inside here, I'm going to return a Boolean, either true or false. If it's true, then it will go ahead and build the array. If it's false, then it won't. We'll have the Boolean test is based off of age. So say EL age less than 15. So that's what we're checking for. If that's true, then we will build the team. So there you go. You could build it, you could write that statement in just one line right here versus all these lines over here. So it's a huge help. It really is. And as I mentioned before, you want to be able to follow your logic very clearly. And with this one line, once you get used to it, you'll never go back. You'll just love the filter. It's just one line. You can see very clearly I'm filtering on my arrays, and I'm applying a test condition. I'm looking for the Boolean true or false. If it's true, then I'll go ahead and build it. Now let's go take a look at an example where you might want to use it in a little bit more practical case. Let's say that you want to scrape Instagram. That's pretty popular, scraping Instagram. Let's go take a look at the Instagram webpage. Let me see, I don't need this anymore. And I'll go to my friend Jesty. She might be surprised. Right, now there's a JSON object that you will want. It's all the way down here. It's inside this script tag. This is it, Windows _share and so on. Now your JSON object is this part over here. The first step is you need to at least grab this part. Now, in a previous video, I showed you how you could do that, so I'll just pick up from where I left off there. The way you do that is, I'll just say my scripts equals array. You have to use array from because your document query selector is a node list. You need to turn that into an array. Query selector all. And we're looking for a script tag. Right, so now we're dealing with an array. I want to show you first the map so we can see that it does really exist, kind of a sanity check. And I'm going to deal with the first 25 characters. My scripts. There's only 16 here. It's a little bit interesting. Right, here we go. Window dot underscore shared data. Now this is a perfect example of why when you're scraping, you don't want to rely on the order. You don't want to say, I want the fifth instance, the fifth occurrence of this script. Very unreliable. In the previous video, there were 17 or 21 of them, and the 16th one was the one we want. So absolutely, you do not want to go based off of the order here. That's the wrong way to do it. What you want to do is you want to look on based off of this prefix here. That's very stable. I haven't seen that change in a long time. And this prefix right here is unique among all these other ones. If they were to add another script tag, or well, I even today I went in and out of this. It's different order. It won't break. It won't break because you're going based off of this. Right, so let's go take a look at how we might want to do that with the filter. So in this case, we will, instead of saying filter, remember we're looking for a true-false condition. Now we said that we wanted the first 25 characters, so let's go copy this part right here. Those are the first 25 characters. Now instead of filter, map, we're going to say filter. Now remember, in filter, we are looking for a true-false condition. I don't believe we had to put a parentheses on this, so let's not do a parentheses. If we need to, we'll add it in. We'll say, does it equal, I guess I'd do triple equal if I really wanted to, but I'll just do this. If it equals that, what do we get? Well, we get an array with 1. Actually, that's perfect. That means that's uniqueness. So now we know exactly the item we identified the item we want. It's an array. We'll just say my script equals my scripts of 0. Super. Here's my script. Then you can look it up, and away you go. That's your inner text. Later on in another video, I'll show you how you can strip all that out and turn it into your JSON object. That's really fun. Well, that's it for this video. So you could see how you could use the filter function. We went from all these lines of code, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 lines of code, just to 1 line of code. So hopefully I convinced you of the value of the filter function. It's just awesome. Now, I also showed you a practical example of how you could use filter if you want to, let's say you want to scrape a website. We looked at the script tag. We realized that we can't rely on the position. That's not the way to go. But we did this just to make sure that we're on the right track and it does exist. So now that we know it does exist in that array, then we'll just filter on that array, and we will look for equality there. We found that we identified it exactly. There's only 1 element, so that's our man. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you learned something new today. Bye-bye.